In the ancient city of Ibadan, Oyo State is where a 29-year-old Nigerian graduate brings his childhood dream to life by building a vehicle for himself.
My name is Inventor Michael. I'm from Ekiti State, or Ekiti precisely. I went to Olabisi Onabanjo University. I studied plant science, but now I'm making a car. When I was young, I said to myself, the first car I'm going to use will be made by me.
It took Michael 4 years to finish this project from 2017 to 2020. When he started building, he says he had no idea what to do, and so he sought help.
I started the project when I was in my final year stage, that's 2017. So I came to meet a welder to tell him maybe he can be able to help me make a car just because I don't have the experience of me welding metals together. And he said yes, that he's going to help me. So after 2 weeks of me going back to school, I called him. He said my work has started. And I came back without informing him. And to my surprise, what I saw was just melter. So I asked him, he said he can't do something like that, that he has never built a car before. So that day I told him if he can teach me how to make use of tongue, which they use in welding metals together, and he started teaching me. And that day I got it, and that will be the very first day I'll start welding metals together.
Michael says most of the materials he used to build the car were sourced locally, as he did not have the necessary funds to support it.
The number one essential materials I use is the welding machine and the tongue. So after I sought for irons around my place. And the melters, which I use for the tube chassis, that is the skeleton, like a bone of the car. So after I sought for engine, wheels, gear and everything, the wiring. And after that, I started the covering. And the covering, I use fiberglass and with some chemicals. So that is the reason you see it harder. The name of my car is Michael 241, and it's a sports car. What actually brought up the name is my nickname is Michael, and my date of birth is 24 January.
The young Nigerian says he has always had a flair for sports cars, so he uniquely designed this one.
I actually love anything sport, so I decided to make my own car a sports car.
It was indeed a rough journey for Michael, as he had to give up on a lot to achieve this dream.
The first challenge is the money, so I couldn't get help when I started. And the second challenge is the tools, the materials I used. So everything you see on this car was being manipulated by my hands. I did everything with my bare hand. And the third is people perspective. When I started, some people would come to me, am I crazy? How can I be spending this kind of money on a project that can't work? But I keep gearing myself up with what they were saying, because I couldn't let that drop me down. made a lot of sacrifices. One, me sleeping every time, that one is out of it. Buying things for myself, that one is out of it. You know, going out with people, meeting with people, getting new ideas, sorting pictures, videos online just to acquire my dream. I started my project when I was in my final year stage. So the little money I do collect from home, I saved them. After that, I went for my youth service corps in Hondo. So I saved 80% of my allowance. And after, when I spent the money all over the project, it wasn't moving. So I had to sort for funds. So people around me helped me.
Studying plant science in school wasn't a choice for Michael. He says he'd always wanted to become a mechanical engineer and is determined to become just that.
When I wanted to enter university then, actually I wanted to study mechanical engineering, but I was being denied twice. So instead of me going back home the second time, I had to collect the plant science. And in the course of me studying plant science, I do go out to work with mechanical personnel just to know more about what I wanted to study. So it wasn't a big challenge for me just because my dad is a mechanic. So me following him to the workshop when I was young, I believe if I start something like this, it will actually work.
This isn't the first project Michael will embark on, and he says it definitely will not be the last.
Before this, I made a bike for myself, a motorcycle, and I did some little inventory, and I did a fuelless generator too for myself. If I want to start another project now, I can say I can do it just because before I finish this project, I've been going online for some trainings, which I believe if I start my next project, it will be more better than this one. So I need the opportunity, like I want the opportunity to go further more concerning what I wanted to study before, and that is mechanical engineering. Or if I can see a training on mechanical, that will really help my situation.
Although Michael Olajide Bitoye has brought this childhood dream to life without any formal education or training in the mechanical field, he still wishes to study his dream course, which is mechanical engineering. He's not relenting as he intends to pursue his first love of becoming a mechanical engineer.